Still I call it magic when I'm next to you.
Do you think racism still exists in this country?
Racism exists everywhere. Alright? In the best countries in the world, and the worst countries in the world. Different forms of racism. What's important is the tools and the people and the systems that are put in place to tackle these issues if and when they come up. So the UAE has a Minister of Tolerance, a Minister of Happiness, a Minister of Community Development. Now what do you think these people are doing? They're not just sitting down doing nothing. They're people in charge of one of the hardest portfolios in the world, arguably. Because you're talking about the happiness not of one race or one culture, you're talking about the happiness of 200 nationalities, more than any country in the world, arguably. You're talking about the tolerance to live amongst each other in this society of 200 people. Now you ask me if racism exists, I say it exists everywhere. But do countries exist like the UAE where 200 different nationalities and cultures and religions and races and whatever you want can come together and create this that you see? I don't think so.
What occupies your thoughts when you're alone?
Saying my wife, she's always with me anyway, you know, like we spend a lot of time together. Am I doing enough to help people? Because really that's how I define my success. Because for me, success is being able to help others. For me today, being able to come and speak to people was success. Because if I've helped one person or a room of 100, that's success. But I'm always thinking to myself, have I done enough to help others, to improve the lives of others, to inspire others, to write something that helped others? Just have I done something better today than yesterday that made a difference in the world? I need to think like that in my alone time because I believe that keeps me going forward. That keeps me progressing for the next day.
Do you think anything is ever enough when it comes to that though?
No.
Right?
But that's good. That means there's always going to be a challenge. There's always going to be a reason for me to grow.
What's the most important lesson life has taught you?
That no one's going to give me anything. You might think that's a bit extreme or it's a bit dramatic. But let me tell you, it is a mindset to believe that I will not be given anything. Why? Because if I told you that in 5 years, I will give you $10 million. 5 million, I'll give you $100 million. How much do you think you'll accomplish in those 5 years, knowing that you're going to get $100 million in 5 years? Someone's going to give it to you.
Not much.
How hard would you work in university if you were guaranteed a job by the time you graduate? Not much. But if you did believe that you're not going to be given anything, that your work alone, and your effort alone, and your drive alone is going to create that opportunity, how hard are you going to work? If you know that you alone are responsible for your success, how hard are you going to work? When I graduated from my master's, when I got my MBA, I expected to be given stuff, given what I had. I expected people to give me an opportunity. I expected after CNN that people were just going to give me offers to do TV. Zero. But there are the tools and things in place now that you can do everything alone. You're doing your own YouTube. Why aren't you doing it on Dubai TV? You don't have to go to Dubai TV or any TV channel. You do it on your own. But it's going to take your effort, your initiative, and your work. If you have that mentality, then no one's going to give you anything. That's always going to drive you to work. And when someone gives you something, it's like a nice cherry on top. It's like a bonus.
If you were to write a book, what would you call it?
I think I'd probably call it The Real Life of an Arab. Because a lot of the things that I share, a lot of the writing I do, people get it twisted. Like, I didn't expect the Arab community to be so receptive to my writing, given the fact that it's in English. And I see all these comments from people in Egypt, people in Saudi, in Arabic, to an English post, right? They're like, صح كده يعني, stuff like that. It's really amazing. But for me, it was surprising because my audience was the West. Why did I present on CNN and on an Arab channel? Why did I write in Arabic and not in English? But why did I do most of my presenting in English because my initial audience was the West. Because I believe there's a perception of Arabs and a perception of the way we live that they've just got completely twisted. Like, hello, like wallah, I wake up and I go to Starbucks in the morning the same way that you do. I drop my kids off at school, alright, I go to work, I go for a jog the same way you do, I have dinner with my wife, maybe at a restaurant, watch some Netflix and order a pizza and something and just enjoy it. Always considered my work to be the bridge between the West and the Middle East. I wanted to break stereotypes, to tell them like, yeah, we're not different. We love the way you love, we cry the way you cry, we hurt the way you hurt. We're all the same.
Last question. What is your name?
Smith. Johns. No, my name is Khalid Al.
And if you were to ask me, after all that we've been through, still believe in magic? Yes, I do.
What was that, man? You made me laugh in the middle of my answer.
I was testing you.
The worst
I was testing your
producer.